the
This one's
Reaper?
strong. Watch yourselves.
Oh, no way. I've never fought the Reaper before. I've played all these games and I've never fought the Reaper before.
Senpai, no! Someone heal her! Yosuke Senpai, your health is really low.
Here go! Persona!
You overhear students talking. It's been raining for a few days, but I heard it's finally supposed to clear up this afternoon. Really? Then I don't have to cancel my plans. You know that there's a holiday next week, right? I promised my girlfriend we'd go to Okina together. I was worried that it might rain that day. Phew. What? If that's the case, then I hope it never stops raining. Rain like a waterfall, so his date gets canceled. Dude, why would you say that to your friend? Kind of a jerk move.
Last night on TV, that was Naoto-kun for sure.
What's the verdict, Teddy? Is he really in there?
I do smell someone.
It's just like before. Nothing's changed.
Like, before. Of course! That's why Naoto-kun appeared on the news so suddenly. He said something didn't seem right and that he wasn't convinced. He also believed that the people who are kidnapped appear on TV first, remember?
Wait, you're saying he's using himself as bait? We came to the same conclusion he did, about how people who become famous through TV would disappear. Could he be trying to prove the theory by using himself?
You mean he got kidnapped on purpose? That's crazy! He could be killed!
He said, this is not a game for me either. It's all my fault. I'm the one that said that to him.
Idiot! Why the hell didn't he just tell us?
He knew we'd stop him if he did. Instead, he left us clues so we could figure it out and...
I know! That son of a...
But what about the killer the police are holding now? Mitsuo did kill King Moron, right?
I get it now. I remember Naoto-kun mentioning this. He said it was strange that the police were able to identify the cause of Mr. Moroga's death.
Then is King Moron the only one Mitsuo killed? That'd explain why there were no signs of King Moron being thrown into the TV. The killer didn't change his methods for King Moron. It just seemed that way because it was done by someone else.
Then whoever kidnapped Naoto-kun, that's the real killer?
But wait a sec. Didn't Mitsuo say he was the one behind it all? Why would he take the blame for someone else's crime? Isn't that weird? And they said on the news that the culprit confessed to the other murders too. There's also something else that's been bothering me, but,
To hell with someone who's behind bars! If we don't get off our asses, that stupid Naoto's gonna die in there! We gotta go find him!
Someone's definitely in here. And the world seems to have grown larger.
That's amazing, Rise-chan. There's no way my nose can pick up that much. Shall I give you a massage?
Wait, what? Why do you want to give her a massage? You know what, Teddy? I don't care. Just back away. Get away from my Rise.
Don't bother her.
It's the same as last time. I know he's here, but I can't tell where. I need something that'll help me understand him. I need some clues. Without that, I have no idea which way we should look.
Damn it! There's too much we don't know about that kid. But if we don't do something, he's gonna...
Hey, snap out of it. This is just like all the other times. Let's not panic, keep an eye on the weather, and do this like always. We'll save him no problem. First, we need to look for something that'll help us locate him.
I know. I wasn't panicking. We know he's over here. So all we gotta do is get him out.
I'm sorry I couldn't find him. All I need is some kind of hint to help me understand him better. Then I could find him for sure.
It seems you need more information about Naoto to make any progress. And this is the part of Persona 4 that drives me crazy. I don't remember them doing this in Persona 5 or Persona 3. Like, once you get into the dungeon, you can just go into the dungeon. But in Persona 4, I don't know why they do this, but there's like this whole thing about like, okay, now the dungeon, we know there's a dungeon, but hey, before you can go access it, you have to go ask a bunch of people around town to get a clue about the person. And then usually you don't even get that on the first day, because then you have to come back a day later or even 2 days later to get the clue to unlock the dungeon. It's just so annoying. I hate that. I just want to get into the dungeon. If you're going to give me a dungeon, let me go into the dungeon. You should ask around town about him. Oh, hello. You kind of seem like you're conspicuously standing here. You must be the person I'm supposed to talk to. Naoto? I don't know him. Never talked to him at school or anything. You should ask some of the girls at school. I bet they'd know. You want to hear about Shirogane-kun? Oh, this is interesting. I saw him get really angry. I'm not sure what it was about, but he was with the policeman. I wonder what happened to make him shout like that. This was in a shopping district a little while ago. Naoto was with the policeman earlier. In any case, you should try to find this policeman. You got some business with me, kid? Just because I don't look it, I'm still busy, you know. You told him that Naoto hasn't been coming to school lately and that you're worried. Shirogane? Do you know him? I haven't seen him at the station lately either. Funny, it wasn't that long ago that he'd be around well into the night looking through the files. Even if he wasn't satisfied with the case's outcome, he seemed to be so focused that I thought he was obsessed with it. You listened to him talk about Naoto. Maybe you should try talking to another police officer. Okay. I gotta find another police officer, and you know what? I bet they're not even gonna be here today. I'll have to find them tomorrow, probably. And yep, there he is the next day. How can I help you? Did you see someone suspicious? You told them that Naoto hasn't been coming to school lately and that you're worried. That kid is skipping school to do his investigation? What's his problem, really? The department has all but closed the case. Just because he's not satisfied, sheesh. All we want to do is shut the book on this thing so we don't have to deal with it anymore. I wish he'd let it go already. No wonder the whole department treats him like a kid. He's getting all worked up over nothing. That's why everyone gives him the cold shoulder, you know? You learned something about Naoto. You should put together the information you've gathered. With regard to this investigation, you've discovered that Naoto has an obsession with the case. What did the police think of Naoto? They consider him a child. It seems that Naoto had a fevered obsession with the case, but it seems that his obsession was not well received, and the police treated him like a child. You have to, like, do you really have to recap this? Like, I just spent like 2 minutes talking to you. Like, ugh. Like, oops, I already forgot. Come on, game. Oh, hey, senpai, find any clues? Tell me quick, I'll find them in a jiffy.
Did you find out more about Naoto-kun?
You told Rise about Naoto being treated like a child, and you explained Naoto's abnormal obsession to solve the case.
I see. So he's being stubborn about the case. But it seems like it's rare for Naoto-kun to get so worked up over something. Okay, I've got a good feel for him. I think I can do this. It won't take long for me to find him with my persona, so be ready to follow me once I do.
What is this place?
It's all sci-fi. Hey, doesn't it remind you of those secret hideouts in live-action shows?
Oh yeah! I used to watch Featherman all the time when I was a kid.
I hear that those are really tough shoots. A lot of the actors do their own stunts, like jumping through fire themselves.
Well, it's every man's dream to do that stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that. They're action-based, like kung fu movies. And just the phrase secret hideout has this exciting ring to it.
I totally hear you, I guess. I totally hear you.
Actually, when I was a kid, I had my own secret place near the mountain by Yukiko's house. I'd pretend that a legendary kung fu master was teaching me special techniques. Hwata!
Got it all wrong. But hey, so this secret hideout thingy came from Naoto's mind? I guess our proper boy detective isn't as grown up as he looks. All right, let's get going.
Naoto!
Ah, it's about time you arrived. Dealing with this child has been quite a pain.
No, don't go!
It's useless speaking with you. I need to go back now.
Why? Why are you leaving me here? Why am I always left alone? It's so lonely. I don't want to be alone.
Naoto-kun.
You wear the same face as me. It's as if you're implying we're one and the same. But the difference between me and you is... Why delude yourself? I am you! These childish gestures are no mere affectation. They're the truth. The fools all say it, don't they? You're only a child. Keep out of our business, kid, and so forth. No matter how many cases you spend hours cogitating over, no matter how many crimes you solve, you're a child in their eyes. It's your brain they're interested in, the gray matter locked up in that skull. As long as they need it, you're an ace detective. But once you're done, it's back to the playpen with you. You haven't the means to deal with society's two-faced nature. You're just a lonely child.
Naoto.
I want to be a grown-up. I want to be a big boy right now. Then they'll see who I am. I want a reason for me to stay. That's enough. I can find my own reason for living. Ha! I'm telling you that's impossible. You are but a child. How can you change that essential truth? Stop it! At your core, you admire the sort of strong and cool men who populate detective fiction. But in trying to emulate them, you must know that in truth, you're nothing of the sort. You're a child. There's no avoiding first principles. Admit that you're a child, and admit that there's nothing you can do about it. Now then, our analysis is complete. Let us begin the body alteration procedure! You have no objections, do you, Naoto Shirogane? Stop it! Naoto. Such a cool, manly name. But a name doesn't change the truth. It doesn't let you cross the barrier between the sexes. How could you become an ideal man when you were never male to begin with?
Wait, what? Did I hear that right?
He's not a guy?
I won't throw a tantrum. That accomplishes nothing. How often I've heard those words from the adults. Throwing a tantrum won't solve anything, Naoto-kun and other such bilge. They made you cry, didn't they? Yet here you are, mimicking those same men. What exactly are you trying to justify? What? It's all right. You needn't suffer anymore. That's why you're undergoing this body alteration procedure to begin with. You throw a tantrum, but it fails to change the situation a single bit. I can quite understand the feeling. After all, I am you.
That's not true! Don't say it!
It's okay. Let the kid spill the whole thing. If not, Naoto's just gonna keep hurting. We'll just do our job and kick the Shadow's ass, yeah?
As if you know anything about me. You'll kick my ass, huh? Fine. Go ahead and try, you lizard-brained imbecile!
Save the discussion for later.
Here it comes.
I am a shadow, the true self. What? Are you sick of yourselves too? Very well. Then let's begin the special operation.
There's so much great that just happened and is still happening right now. I don't even know where to begin. So, I think first off, the fact that he is a she, which I already knew that, but I wasn't spilling the beans on it because obviously I played this before years ago. So that was cool. But Naoto is a character that is like completely built around the principles of dueling identities. She is a young child. I don't know if she's the youngest.
Senpai's persona is sealed.
I don't know if she's the youngest of the group, but she's definitely young. She's right there, and she's a first year, so she's definitely younger than most of the crew. But at the same time, she's a detective, and she not only works with adults in a very serious job, but she also is like struggling in a competitive society, like a competitive, results orientated type position, which is usually very high.
Senpai's persona is sealed.
I'm trying to think how to phrase this right. Like high demand. Well, anyway, it's just a very intense position, right? Like it's respected, but also demands a lot out of you.
Yukiko Senpai's persona is sealed.
But she's, at the end of the day, she's just a kid. And then there's the fact that she is a female, but she idolizes male figures, and also, like I said earlier, like
Yukiko
at least
Senpai's persona is sealed.
in a lot of ways, the crime stuff, and this to me might be this might be a Japan thing. I don't know. It might be a universal. I'm not sure how it is in America really, because I don't work with don't work with detectives and police, but it definitely seems like there is a very it's a male-dominated field. We'll just go with that. So she wants to be a male. So she pretends to be a male. So there's two sets of contrast right there. The child versus the adult, male versus female, but then like look at her persona.
No, that will never do. Patience must lie still for me to drill proper holes into them.
Or not persona, her shadow, right? It's like half robot, half human. So it goes right into that whole duality thing there too. Then like during the conversation with the shadow before this fight, did you notice how the shadow would like use these huge words like this?
Hey, senpai, someone heal him.
Massive level like lexicon just out of just words that were like I don't even know what they were, like really big words. And
Yosuke senpai, your health is really low.
Are you all right?
and then they would follow that up with having a moment where she would basically be like crying, kind of having a tantrum,
Senpai,
sort of
are you
thing.
Okay?
So kind of that contrast again.
Yosuke senpai's acting weird.
So it's so well
Senpai,
done.
you're low on health. Be careful.
I am thou.
But then, not to
Chie senpai, quick, someone heal her.
do I have any?
Yosuke senpai's acting
Nope,
weird.
nope, wrong. The interesting thing is, of all the characters in the game, Kanji's probably the one that understands what Naoto is going through the best, which is encouraging to me because Kanji needs that. Like, Kanji needs to feel like, or not to feel like, but needs to be able to relate to another character in a way in which he has grown, and now he gets to be like the senpai-ish type character, even though he's not really a senpai for this character. But I appreciate that on a writing level. Do I have anybody that drains lightning, or I got Null's lightning, Hell's lightning. Fine. I don't know. I just this whole thing is like so good. It's just well written. It's well crafted. I would say, and I think I've said it before a few times, but in this game, Kanji and Naoto definitely carry a lot of the main story. I think there are several characters that help carry the whole game. There's a lot of really good characters in general. In fact, to be honest, really the only character that's not great are pretty much, to me, Yosuke and Teddy. I don't really enjoy those two very much. I think pretty much everybody else is really good.
Yukiko-senpai's persona is sealed.
Let's do this! Persona!
I'm sorry.
The only thing I'm not real sure on...
Why must you struggle so much?
The only thing I'm not real sure on, to be honest,
Yukiko-senpai's
is
persona is sealed.
why they went with the sci-fi, like, not even like retro sci-fi. Like, this is so 70s sci-fi. It's an interesting choice. It's not wrong. It's not bad.
Yukiko-senpai's persona is sealed.
Persona!
It's just an interesting choice.
Yukiko-senpai needs help. Shouldn't someone heal Yukiko-senpai?
Shh, I'm working on it, Rise.
Damn it! Who do they think they are?
Now, I think it's actually kind of interesting and maybe important to you to point out some of the differences between Naoto and Kanji, because I did all that whole dialogue about like how Naoto is all about like the duality character. And Kanji has a lot of that too. I think the biggest difference between the two is that where
Shouldn't someone heal Yukiko-senpai?
Naoto's character is built completely around contrasting dualities. Like I said, you know, child versus adult, man versus or male versus female. You know, all these different contrasts.
Why won't you lie down and die? You children can't do anything at all!
The thing with Kanji is that it wasn't so much the contrasting that was important. It was the understanding your own self and accepting who you are. There was no real... This is gonna sound weird, but there with Kanji there never was really any contrasting going on. There was who he was, but who he was complex in multiple ways. Not necessarily an A versus a B. It was like a whole mosaic, and he was choosing to focus on one little part of the mosaic, the picture, and not accepting all the other stuff around it. And that's the difference, because Naoto is more of a coin with two sides. I hope that makes sense. I want to go like, does that make sense? But what are you guys gonna do? Like, somebody gonna like pop into my room right now and be like, absolutely, while you were recording this, I heard everything you said. And that makes sense. Or at least I should say,
Yosuke-senpai's persona is sealed.
to me, as the player, that's the story that I get in these characters.
Yosuke-senpai's persona
I shouldn't necessarily
is
say
sealed.
that's exactly what it is, but that's how I see it. So they're similar, but they're not the same.
Yosuke-senpai! Oh man, oh man.
Persona!
I need to buckle
I'm
down to
pissed
finish this
now.
fight now. Sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to guard with her. That was bad.
There!
Go forth!
Yukiko-senpai, no! Someone heal
Oh,
her!
that was bad. I should have healed.
Guys, Chie-senpai's really hurt.
Alright,
Persona!
I am thou.
Chie-senpai! Quick, someone heal her! Chie-senpai's persona is sealed.
are you trying to kill my Chie?
Up we go!
Guys, Chie-senpai's really hurt.
Let's do this! Persona!
I am thou.
Yukiko-senpai's persona is sealed.
Persona!
Thank you.
Chie-senpai! Quick, someone heal her! Yukiko-senpai needs help.
Persona!
I thought, oh, it's because he's only got dodge electric. He doesn't always dodge it.
Damn
I
it!
was like, I thought they
Who do they think they are?
reverted. Maybe I'll just keep him on guard for the rest of this fight.
Yukiko-senpai's persona is sealed. Yukiko-senpai needs help.
Persona!
Need 50 SP seems like a lot, but I guess it's really not. It's like 2 heals.
Go forth!
Get this done, man.
Yukiko-senpai help! Shouldn't someone heal Yukiko-senpai?
There it is. Yay!